Hello, this is Adrian, Capricorn Tigress of Astrologyalookinside.com, and I'm back to continue talking to the Zodiac Signs about Uranus and Gemini and how each of the Zodiac signs are going to be affected. We've talked to the first three signs that are going to be affected, and the main three signs that are going to be affected are Gemini, Sagittarius, and Virgo, but also Pisces, which is number 4. And your Pisces, if you were born between February 19th and March 20th. And this for Pisces is going to be the spiritual tech awakening. Spiritual tech. Some key themes are subconscious, healing, mysticism, and AI. It's the combination of mysticism and AI. And some of the biggest shifts are Uranus electrifies your 12th house, Pisces. The 12th house is your natural house. It's the house of secrets and spirituality. So expect psychic downloads, AI-assisted meditation, or digital detox movements. Digital detox. That's the shifts, right? But the AI-assisted meditation is already happening. I'm sure of it. It's amazing. You rule the 12th house, Pisces. So all of the things that encompass the 12th house are going to be affected. Career, you're looking at holistic tech, okay? All the things that deal with holistic work, such as like sound healing, sound therapy, VR therapy, like virtual reality therapy, sound healing apps, or anonymous online artistry, like NFTs, anonymous blogging, that type of thing. But you notice all the anonymous is 12th house, it's hidden, it's secret, okay? There's a lot of that. It's either going to be mystical or it's going to be a lot of like hidden away, behind the scenes type stuff. Also in relationships, I think some old karmic relations might resurface, like past, because the 12th house is the past too. But some are illusions, and illusions is a big word for the 12th house. So watch for catfishing and AI generated soulmates. I just posted a video on YouTube, and the last I saw it had like 500 views in like a few minutes. But I was almost Brad Pitted, which is true. I was almost Brad Pitted. I'm going to tell the story during Pisces because I've got a progressed Pisces sun. Okay, so that's why I'm telling this story. My Pisces sun is at 15 degrees of Pisces, like smack in the middle of Pisces. And there was a guy who told me he was someone who's famous. I believed him because we were friends on TikTok, me and the famous person, like the blue check famous person and I are friends on TikTok and had been, before they became a blue check famous person. And so I was believing in what was going on because I had a couple of messages between me and that person prior, and it didn't, that was the real blue check person. And plus the real blue check person made the mistake of saying something nice about me on their actual page. So it brought out scammers. And one of the scams was a guy who pretended to be the blue check person. I'm not going to say their name. And it just started progressing from there. Now this started, I said around Christmas, but it might have started around Thanksgiving. Somewhere between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And it went on for months. Like, the thing about these scams, romance scams, and these Brad Pitt scams, the Brad Pitt girl, because everyone made fun of her because she lost $815,000, but he worked on her for 18 months. That's a long time. So these AI people, these catfishing people, these AI generated soulmates and all this stuff going on, they are willing to put in the time and the tech to make it happen if they think you're a big enough fish to catch. They'll lie. If someone might just think, oh, let me see if I can find out about her or get to know her or whatever it might be. I was basically catfish, but in this case, I call it Brad Pitt. And it's because this person started to do things that asked for money. And the moment it popped up, I was like, oh, no. The blue check person would have more than enough money. And if I was his woman, end quote, there's no way he would make me pay for a dime. There's no way. I knew right away it was a problem. And so some Pisces might have to watch out for this type of thing. I heard that these online romance scams and things like this are prevalent. Like, they are over the top right now. So if this happens to a Pisces, it wouldn't surprise me. The challenge here is to be able to discern reality from fantasy. And that's how they do it. They get you all into the fantasy of it. They might have a couple of things that make you believe that it's the person, and then you start wanting to believe it's the person. Neptune is your ruler, Pisces. Neptune's on my midheaven. This is how I almost fall for it, because I believe in love. I still do. And it's easy for people who believe in love and who believe in fantasy to fall for scams and fantasy. But Neptune, your ruler in Aries, it just adds to the confusion, okay? It's just going to add to the confusion because Aries, Neptune just went into Aries. So it's going to be really, 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 really prevalent. Yeah. And you're definitely going to have to watch out for it. Okay. Advice is use tech for spiritual growth, but don't use tech for escape. Like, don't think you're going to find the perfect person online. Okay, or something like that. Don't try to go into escapism, in other words. Okay, that's my biggest advice for you, Pisces. I hope this makes sense for you, Pisces. I hope you take this advice, Pisces. I hope you avoid any problems and that you're able to discern reality from fantasy. If you're Pisces, let me know in the comments, and if you have been catfished or scammed or anything like that when it comes to romance. So the next sign in importance, believe it or not, is Aquarius. Number 5 is Aquarius. And Aquarius, you're an Aquarius if you were born between January 20th and February 18th. And this is the futuristic power player. Okay, futuristic power player. The key themes are innovation, community, and revolution. And this is probably why you're the next in line, because some Aquariuses, I really think, are at the head, the forefront of innovation, community, and revolutions. Some of the biggest shifts for Aquarius is Uranus, which is your ruler, is just moved into Gemini. And Uranus, which is your ruler, you're already a disruptor. So, but now with Pluto in Aquarius, this just amplifies your influence as a disruptor, as someone who is starting the revolution. So maybe expect some leadership in tech. You might be doing something in the tech world that is, you know, involved in this revolution that is occurring, and I think might be happening. But also it could be activism. Like, I feel like, I've said this in a couple of my videos, I feel like Aquarius is actively behind a lot of the marches and protests, because it's very, very, very Aquarius thing to do. Also, underground movements, all the underground movements probably, some Aquariuses are going to be either involved in or know about or participate creating. But I just see some stuff like that happening for Aquarius. Also career, like founding things, like founding startups, new tech startups, decentralized systems, hacking old structures, old governments, corporations. But I see that some Aquariuses might be hackers or starting up new companies, because, you know, some of these companies are folding and you might be picking up on some things. But I just feel like some really unique technical things are happening for Aquarius. As far as relationships, your squad becomes a digital tribe. Lots of online, lots of AI. Think DAOs, metaverse collectives, hacker families, lots of that's so Aquarius, right? The challenge is ego clashes, because Pluto is going to bring power struggles. So the advice is for Aquarius to remain humble. It's going to be so hard for some Aquariuses to remain humble, especially if you do get some measure of power during this time. And wow, I just want you to watch with clashes with other people with big egos, because not everyone's evolved. Not everyone is doing this from an evolved place. You might be an Aquarius that's doing things from an evolved place, but remember that not everyone is, and not everyone is coming from an evolved place. My advice for you, Aquarius, is to collaborate, okay? This is your era to change the world, but you are not going to be able to change the world alone. You're going to need to collaborate with others, or have others work with you, build teams and units and organizations, groups and clubs. That's what Aquarius stands for, groups and clubs and organizations, right? Associations, all kind of international things. I have Aquarius intercepted in the first house, and I just created something called the cosmic, what's it, the cosmic circle or something like that. You'll see it on my links, on my pages, on my videos. But I realize that I've got to collaborate. And Aquarius, you're probably at a point where you realize also you're going to have to collaborate. You're going to have to collaborate. So I hope you understand that that is your mission, is to find other people to join you in your disruption, in your activism, in your underground movements, in your, to follow you as the leader in this technical change that you are probably at the head of. So if you're Aquarius, let me know in the comments that you're an Aquarius. And if you're involved in any of the things that I talked about, because I thought that would be interesting. So the next sign in order of importance is the sign of Aries. And you're an Aries if you were born between March 21st and April 19th. And this is you're going to be the rebellious trailblazer. Aries, yeah, you're going to definitely be joining with Aquarius with the revolution and the rebellions, okay? The key themes are identity, courage, and instant fame. I feel that some Aries might experience what is known as instant fame, and you might experience that. Some of the biggest shifts are Uranus is going to energize your third house of communication, which is Gemini, because Uranus has moved into Gemini. So you'll probably go viral. You might invent some new slang, or you might become a meme legend. Whatever it is, it's something to do with communicating. It's something to do with your verbal ability, or you're communicating something. As far as career is concerned, it's something pioneering, okay? So it could be space tourism. Space tourism. Can you imagine? Like, everyone's upset at Gail and Katy Perry. I've talked about that earlier, about going up and doing their little flight around and coming back down. But the thing is, I feel that space tourism is about to become a thing. So if you got the money, you're going to see more rich people going up into space just for the heck of it. Also, combat VR. Yeah, combat virtual reality. I've seen movies about that, but I have a feeling that's going to really take place. Guerrilla marketing. I think some Aries might get involved in that. Short form content rules, you know, that type of thing. All type of things like that. Also in relationships, love at first DM. Lots of communication and DMing. But also drama from impulsive tweets. I want you to be careful, Aries, about what you're DMing and what you're tweeting and what you're posting. Please think before you post, Aries, please. The challenge is scattered focus. You'll have 100 ideas. And this might be 100 ideas a day. You're going to have to pick one to actually execute, though, because ideas are one thing. Actually executing said idea is another thing. So pick one and execute it, okay? And my advice is to leverage your fearlessness. Be fearless, but don't burn out, okay? Don't use all your energy, but do be fearless. It's hard to say the word caution because you don't know the word caution, and you won't know the word caution. I think Saturn will be going into Aries, and when Saturn goes into Aries, you will understand more about the value of caution, especially because of what's going on with Uranus and Gemini and how it's affecting your life. So if you're an Aries, let me know in the comments. And if you feel like you're ready to leverage your fearlessness and to be a rebellious trailblazer. Much love to you, Aries. Much love to you. So you guys, I'm going to take a break, and I will come back with the other 6 signs because actually, you know what? I'll see if I can just go ahead and do this quickly. I'm going to actually have a video series where we're going to be talking more about this with the signs, but for now we're just concentrating really on the top 6 signs. So I'm going to just give you some quick takeaways for the other 6 signs, and that way I don't have to spend a lot of time or make a whole nother video. So here's some quick takeaways for the sign of Taurus. Taurus, this is going to be financial shocks. That could be crypto or some kind of unconventional income. I want you to be really careful about money, Taurus, because you probably won't be. Cancer, this is home and family tech. So Cancers might start having like the smart houses and the digital nomad families and all kind of tech gadgets inside of their home and stuff like that. Leo, this is creativity and fame, but it's AI generated creativity and AI generated fame. It could be viral fame, but it's AI generated, okay? Libra, this is about relationships. And I just see a lot of poly going on for Libra. There could be AI partners. There could be contract marriages. It's just going to be a little weird, I think, for some Libra and relationships. Okay. Scorpio, we're talking about sex in psychology. Yeah. So that's like virtual reality, intimacy, trauma tech healing. So, it's going to be very different for Scorpio when it comes to sex and psychology. Capricorn, this is going to affect career. Capricorn, I feel like you might be dealing with robot bosses. You might have or be a robot boss or create robot bosses or have to deal with one. There could be a post-capitalist hustle, something that is post-capitalist, but it is your hustle. So that's what a lot of Capricorns are going to be dealing with is robot bosses, I think, and maybe a lot of robots or AI in their career. So this has been Adrienne Capricorn Tigress of Astrology A Look Inside. Astrology A Look Inside. Let me know what your zodiac sign is in the comments and how this might affect you if you're prepared for it, and what you think about this Uranus and Gemini. Again, I'm going to be dealing with more about these, how each sign is going to be transformed between 2025 and 2023, and we'll be doing that at some time in the future. So much love to all of the zodiac signs, and may you have a smooth sailing, hopefully, through this 7-year period of Uranus in Gemini. Much love to you.